For this assignment, Strategies for Differentiation, I was able to observe my mentor teacher's first grade classroom, and their theme for this week is penguins. Everything they do for language arts is centered around penguins and penguin words. They started their day off with a penguin poem, and what they did was underline all their heart words. Heart words come from a word board. For first grade, they're very small words: I, am, the, and, common sight words that kids would learn. After this, they jumped right into spelling, and Mrs. Lang explained to me their spelling is differentiated by skill level. So she has them colored. She has a green group, a red group, and a purple group. The green group is only responsible for 5 words, and they are pretty easy words. An example of green group words were egg, nest, swim, foot, and cold. The red group, this group is on grade level. They get 10 words that they're responsible for. It's the same 5 words as the green group, and then she also added a few others like chick, slide, snow, wing, and then the purple group. The purple group is our more advanced learners. They have much more difficult words. They are also responsible for 10 words. They have flipper, Antarctica, seal, incubate, rocks, iceberg, penguin, krill, and squid. So as I was taking notes, I found some of those words rather challenging, even for myself, not having seen these words in quite some time. So I was impressed. I got to grade these spelling tests, and the purple group did amazingly well. I think one child missed 1 word. Then after spelling, they had a quick recess, and they moved right into language arts. Today is a lot of state testing, so their schedule was a little bit off. Today was also conferencing for Mrs. Lang. They have a grading day on Friday. So language arts was really fun. Every kid has a book box, and inside their book box are leveled readers. And leveled readers are fit for their particular skill level. So every child is reading books that are fit perfectly for them based on skill. How she determines this is through a program that's called Daily 5. I'll show you that here. Whoa. Daily Cafe. This program these things. This program is very popular in our school. A lot of the teachers use this for classrooms. So CAFE is actually comprehension, accuracy, fluency, and expanding vocabulary. And they call it Daily 5 because there's 5 options kids can choose from. I saw this in 3rd grade, and they actually were able to choose from all 5 items on the menu. However, in 1st grade, they do limit it. It's actually called Daily 3 in 1st grade. The kids get to choose either read to self, word work, or read big books, which is actually their reading textbook. They get to choose stories that they've been reading for their unit. Now, another great thing about this Daily Cafe for Language Arts is the conferencing. So the teacher gets to meet with each child individually, and she does it over a week. CC Pensive is an app that they use on their iPads, and through CC Pensive, they are able to input every child in the classroom, and they keep track of where the child is, what their reading level is, and what their reading strategy is. Every child is assigned a different reading strategy that they are to work on depending on where they are. Some of the strategies are check for understanding, flip the sound, get your mouth ready, and read good fit books. Now, some of these I was not familiar with. Flip the sound is actually where vowels have several different sounds. So if they're reading a word and the word is had, for example, and the child says had, flip the sound means to take that long A and try it again with a short A, and then hopefully the child would say had. So I thought these were very interesting. I love how she is one-on-one with the kids, and several of the kids read through their chosen books so well that she was able to move them up. All of her books are labeled A, B, C, D, all the way through Z, and the levels get increasingly harder. Most of her kiddos were anywhere from A to G. The more advanced readers were reading G books. So it was neat to see these kiddos, and they would get so excited when they would read their book. She would ask what strategies they're working on, and then if the book was read really well, then they got to move up and go choose new books for their book box, which that was a really fun thing for the kids. And after Daily 5, they got into small groups, and they actually were studying their penguins. So every group had a different penguin that they were learning about. The fantastic. Oh my goodness. The small groups were also differentiated by skill level on what their jobs were. So each group was assigned a different penguin: the emperor penguin, the chinstrap penguin, the macaroni penguin, the Aldi penguin, and Little Blue. And within the group, everybody had a job based on where their strengths or weaknesses were. There were materials managers, readers. Someone who was more advanced in reading would actually read the text. And then a data monitor would check everyone's papers to make sure they had all the necessary data that was required to complete the project. And then an illustrator for the project was someone who enjoyed drawing and more skilled in drawing. So it's very fun to see all the different skill levels for the kids. So throughout the day, I noticed that she did a great job differentiating the instruction, and I'm not sure there's anything I would change. She really went out of her way to meet every child where that child is in every subject area. So it was really fun to get to see, and I definitely learned a lot.